Hello everyone, this is FalleN from OG, and today we're gonna make a small analysis on a demo on Mirage, and I strongly recommend you watch a previous video where I have been talking about how things work as T. I gave you a video with 5 options where I try to show you how things organize themselves as T. So today I made a poll on Twitter and people chose NAVi, a thing you should be looking for to understand how we're doing. So just a small recap before we start this demo season, I want to remember what I said on the class. I told you guys there are 5 ways of playing on Mirage. First one, lose style. Guys are holding, try and get kills, more freedom, and then decisions later. Second style, they do executes and they run some nades and they know exactly what to do on this round. Third way is when they try to get mid control and then do something later based on what they have, what informations they have, kills they got, and this kind of things. Fourth thing, I say teams have some fast threats while they run fast and try to hit a side properly. And the fifth thing, I say it's possible to do some kind of fakes. So what we're trying to see right now in this demo is which one of those rounds and how many of them Navi is gonna use on this game against Godsent. All right, so let's keep going. So this is a pistol round. As you can see, the bomb is dropping on T-spawn right now. Sees it's getting some info on underpass, and he got a Tech 9. Let's pause here. Yeah, actually, this is a pretty smart decision on Mirage. Drop a Tech 9 for someone to go underpass. A lot of teams are using that, and Navi in particular is a team that loves to do that. All right, so let's see what's the main idea here on this pistol round, and we can identify what they're doing. So Edward got a first kill. They got so they had some mid control, all right. So it's important to see that. Let's see how Edward got his mid control. Probably a smoke top mid. Yeah, so they had a smoke top mid, which allows Edward to come here behind the box, and he's trying to get info mid. And they had CZ going over underpass, trying to get mid control, and the other guys. Let me just close this first. Yeah, the other guys are holding a house waiting for to gather some meat. So they don't know exactly what they're gonna do. As you can see, the bomb is here. So this is kind of a mid-counter round with a hold where they're waiting to see what they're gonna do, and probably they want to split A in the end of the round. That's probably what they're gonna do. So Edward is here. He got someone pushing. This guy was not waiting. Pronax is also very hurt. And then, as you can see, here comes the reaction, boys. So this is a moment where things happen. Okay, something happened, and then needs to be a decision. So which decisions could be taken here right now? First, they could execute what they have in mind. So Starix, who is their game leader, could just say, okay guys, we got some kills, we're ready to go. Or maybe they could say, all right, because of those kills, it's not smart to continue doing what we're supposed to do. Let's fall back and do something else. So let's see which decision they're gonna take right now. And it is probably they're gonna continue our main idea. And they're splitting A. So Edwards understands he's kind of the lurker right now, so he's taking care of Catwalk. He sees it was smart and got here because it's a good position for him. And these guys now have only to take care of CT spawn, right? So this pistol round started with a mid control, which has to do with Zeus smoke on top mid, and then Edward going over the box, and Caesar gave her some info. Okay, so it's kind of a default with a mid control system with the wish of finishing the round with a split A. Right, so first round, mid control plus split A pistol. Okay, let's keep noting here. Let's go to second round. So now we're gonna talk about anti-eco rounds, guys. There's a lot of ways to approach anti-ecos. We're not going full details about how you should approach it, but let's see what they're gonna do here. So very weird decision. Zeus has a scout and a lot of nades, no Kevlar. Let's see what he wants to do with this. And they are going slow. Alright, so it's kind of the same mentality as the pistol round. They have Edward doing mid control, same thing as pistol round, and they have all the other guys ready to go over A. And as you see, it's not execute because they are not throwing any nades, they're just picking. Alright, so it's just a picking style, and that's maybe why they're using the scout. So they have 2 guys A on A house, 2 guys at ramp, and 1 doing mid control. So second round was mid control, 1 guy, explosion B with explosion A, sorry. So I like to call explosion because when they think it's appropriate, they just explode and run. No Not too much strats, not too much nades, just pick. It's good, guys. It's not difficult and it's good. Right, so second round is gone. Let's go to the next one. Oh, they actually lost this round, right? So they lost this round, and uh, that's one reason why sometimes exploding on anticos are a little not throwing so many smokes can be dangerous. But they should have won this round. Maybe some individual plays got them. Okay, so we're not going in full details about how they lost it. That's not the main idea on this demo. So alright, so they lost, guys. They lost this guy, so they decided to not force. So that's something you should think right now. They had around 2k, 3 and a 5. They could force here. They could go for tech 9s, and forcing here would not be bad because if they win, would mean CTs would have to double equal and they could go easily to a 4-1 score. But they decided to play safer. They decided to save on this one and try to do a better gun round the next one. So the main goal here on this round for NAVi is to remove some guns. If NAVi remove 2 guns on this round, on next round, they're gonna have the same opportunity economic speaking as this round. So in order to be able to reset the next round, they need to remove at least 2 guns on this round. And best scenario would be 3, right? Or more, of course. So let's keep going. So on this round, guys, you can see they're trying to do a mid control, but not too many smokes because they don't have it. So it's kind of an explosion. They're using explosion on underpass. So eco round with explosion underpass. They're trying to get close, and this strat could have worked if their B side were playing too passive and their A side were doing too passive. But they're not lucky. Catwalk was kind of pretty aggressive. They had someone connector, so it didn't work. So okay, now they have guns, but they didn't remove too many guns. I think they did remove. Yeah, they removed 1. So what's the damage on removing 1 gun? It means 2 of them doesn't have money now. The guy who had to drop and the guy who had to buy everything. So 1 gun means next round, if they win this one, they're gonna have 3 guns and 2 guys maybe forcing. So it's not a perfect scenario for the T's. So let's see this round now, guys. So this round, NAVi is not out. So see, CTs are doing a 3 control, a 3 push mid. That's something I showed you guys on the past classes on how to fight mid control on the beginning of the round. And NAVi, you can see, is ready for that. They're waiting. NAVi is very good because they are so slow and so careful about everything that they can push this kind of plays. And that's what they do. Guardian get the first, Header get the second. So here, Godsent is paying the price for trying to impose their rhythm to NAVi. NAVi is sending a message. We will dictate the rhythm. Don't try to push us. We will kill you guys. That's what they're doing. So right now, as you can see, it's a default. So this round, the 4th round, they're doing a default is low. We can't know what they would do because they got 2 kills, so that changed. But maybe they would fight for mid control later. We don't know how they would like to end this round. But we will see now how they're gonna react to those 2 kills. So first reaction, stay doing what we're doing. No one picks. So right now, Flame knows that he doesn't need to pick anymore. Caesar knows that he doesn't need to pick. So they can now just focus on killing someone who is gathering info. And one thing you should have on your mind, when you are in a 5v3 situation, the CTs need to do something. If they stay passive, just playing by themselves, they're going to get crushed. You're going to join a side, trade kill, and it's over. 4v2, and then you lose the round. So the CTs will try to do something. And that's what NAVi is waiting here. They're waiting for their mistakes. They're waiting for them to look for something. And they're just not moving, right? So sometime, I don't know, when Starix think it's appropriate, when they stop looking for mistakes, he's gonna need to call something. So they lost A, okay? They lost A. So let's see the reaction. So one of their guys was rolling, is dead. Let's see how fast they're gonna react now. And this is super important. This is where you need to learn Counter-Strike. They're gonna react immediately, like super fast. Check that. They're probably gonna do something very fast now because they know that A is gone. So here comes Guardian, he gets the bomb, they're gathering B. There's a smoke here that helps and lands on Catwalk. Probably Guardian can flash for them, but Guardian doesn't have one. So they're just going to be in picking now because they don't have this. It's not a proper execute. They're just playing on how they're feeling, just playing how they're trying to get their info, you know? So here we go. This smoke was done here by Guardian. Super good smoke. And now you can see They're even using this guy as a lurker. So how did Navi end this round? 3B, 1 mid. That's how they ended it. And if you want to put the details, they added a smoke catalog and a smoke window later, but that's only details. The important thing is they went together B. All right, so here we go. Default slow, finalizing with 3B, 1 mid. That's what they did. Let's go to next one. So next round, guys, let's take a look. So this time they're going for mid control, right? Or at least faking it. When you do a top mid smoke, it means you're at least faking or getting mid control. So Edward is going passive because last round they just pushed it, so he's being careful. And he's alone here, so he needs to be careful. There's some pressure, he sees some nades. Those guys are actually fight for mid control. They're fighting for it. The other guys are just holding. So another round where you see a slow approach for the Navi guys, which means we're on the loose style with default hold. That's what we're doing. And when it comes to holding, guys, there's a big difference on Navi holding and on Fnatic holding, for example. Fnatic, they're gonna exploit their players, they're gonna let their players have more freedom and look for more kills. Navi, they're gonna be more strict, they're gonna be more careful, they're gonna play with a good base, you know, they're gonna not try to do something too risky, and that's what they're doing right now. So let's put here, 5th round, you have them holding again. Fake mid smoke. So that mid smoke, it's an attempt to worry the CTs about mid. So let's see how they progress here. So check that. That's a very different mid control. They do a smoke window and then Edward gets mid for himself. So that's a mid take with only 2 guys. That's risky. That's very, very risky. If the CTs were there, catwalk or something, that could be a problem. So Edward's taking mid by himself with Caesar. Okay. Here they come. Here comes the smoke connector. So mid control is almost finished. Edward has a smoke. Yeah, Edward still has a smoke. There's a big chance Pronax will have killed Edward. So guys, they had mid control with only 2 guys. That's super risky, but they had mid control right now. Edward still has a smoke. So let's see. This is the situation where the in-game leader needs to show up. 35 seconds the clock. He needs to now find a way to finish the round. Okay, so they have mid control. Edward is on ladder room. Caesar is on connector. Flame is still on A because he's the guy that has been holding the entire round, and they have 2 guys B. So what would you do right now, guys? What would you do? So there's a lot of things how you can finish this round. First, those guys can fake A. They can fake A. So those guys here would be just waiting for some kills to happen so they can fight this guy alone here. Okay? Maybe they could just put this guy to fake A, those guys go B, and this goes a last lurker to kill rotations. That's another idea. But the best idea here, I think, is those guys faking A and those guys going B. That's the good idea here. But let's see. So here goes. Caesar is waiting. So right now, it's all about mid control and lose. Okay? Lose style. Now it's going to come this trap. So check that. 1 kill. Just because he's been patient. So that helps a lot, guys. Now all the CTs think it's gonna be A. The connector guy died. He said there is someone connector. So there's a huge chance of being an A split right now. These guys on CT were super smart. They know they lost mid control, so they decided to aggro A ramp. And now they're clearing. In 2 seconds, this guy is gonna realize it's not A anymore, and it's gonna go back B. Check that. He's coming A. Oh, 2 seconds, 1 second. So you see, this info here got Lacro back. Alright? So the T's now needs to understand that Caesar is a lurker and those guys needs to go B. That's what needs to be done. Pretty fast. So Lacro kill Edward, that's a good trade. 3 on 3. The round's good, man. That's a good gun for this. It's a 3 on 3. You have the bomb plant, that's an after plant. Let's see how they're gonna finish it. Some nades are thrown. Guardian is changing position because they saw him. Caesar is a lurker, he came here. He could have got this kill if he wanted to stay mid, for example, but he decided to come here and help his teammates, which is not bad. It's not bad. He's waiting. He's waiting. Guardian got one. He knows there's another one coming from somewhere. Guardian plays super well this round. And then they're gonna get this round. So how did they finish this round, guys? It was a mid control finishing with A. They actually finished hitting B. That's how I would say that. It's not that everyone went back to B, but the connector guy had a play against Pronax, the Flame had a play against A ramp, connector guy won, Flame lost, and they decided to go B. So it was kind of a fake with the guys going B. And that's what to do when you get so much map control like NAVi did right now. That's the powerful of this strat. That's the power of mid control, right? Let's go to next one. Next one gonna be an anti-eco round. So let's see how they're gonna approach this round. So mid control by Edward and Guardian. This time Guardian is helping him. And you have a hold again. So 6th round is gonna be another hold. Hold with mid control. Right, so it's a different mid control. You have Edward and Guardian more passive because the other guys are ecoing, so they're being safe. And then let's see, you can see that Edward even has a Mach 10, so he can gather info and knows it's an eco for CTs. Fighting for mid control, Edward getting info, Flame is playing passive A, Zeus is playing A house. So guys, if you have someone playing A ramp, and if you have someone playing A house, it means they're gonna split A later, right? It's pretty clear they're gonna split A. Otherwise, wouldn't be 2 guys here, right? So the main idea here is get mid control. Let's see if you don't make mistakes anywhere. Let's make sure we're covering everything, and then split A. So that's another round with mid control finishing split A. All right, let's go to next one. Here we go. You have Zeus again on apartments. You have Guardian pick mid. So this is a road again, but you have Guardian with more freedom. That's why I tell you guys a lose style. Guardian thinks he can get some kills here, so that's what he's trying to do. And actually, there's a big chance the guy could appear here. That was very close for Guardian. Okay, so now it starts the second part. So one is almost. That's why connector is, if you don't molly connector, that can happen. So now he's in problems, but Guardian's helping. So that's super smart. Even if Guardian is on problems, he is in dangers here behind the box, Guardian knows that someone might try to come and kill him. So as soon as the CT starts shooting Edward, that's a sign of our Guardian. They are fighting for mid control. So Guardian thinks, okay, I'm gonna punish someone who tries to aggro you, Edward. I'm gonna kill someone who's trying to be greedy on you, who's trying to kill you, and then Guardian gets the advantage. And right now, NAVi has done nothing but put Edward behind this box. That's all they have done. Right? All they have done. So this is mid round. This is hold with mid control again. Right? Same thing as the last round. So let's see now how they're gonna finish this round, guys. It's a 5v4, okay? So let's see how fast they reacted. Do you see this? How fast they reacted to this kill? They killed the catwalk guy, alright? Very fast. Let's fall back for a little. Let's see how fast the call has been done by Sterix. They're going to finish with 4 guys B. So let's take a look on how Zeus is gonna move and Flame is gonna move. Maybe there's a small chance they're expecting an eco in this round because they're doing the same thing they did on past round. Maybe. And then as soon as they realize they got the kill and they decide. So actually the call came before the kill. So pays up because it's a good decision. So how are they gonna finish the round now? They are waiting for this smoke now. If you stop to think, they don't even need to smoke to wait for the smoke to go. They could just pop flash it and go through if they wanted. There won't be only one guy here, but they're trying to be more careful. So they're waiting for the smoke to go, and then Flamey got killed here because the guy got info. So that's now a bad situation. That's why I tell you that maybe going over the smoke wasn't a bad decision, because right now the cities know what's happening. They killed someone guys here. So let's see how is the second decision for NAVi this round. So that's a very difficult position. That's not a good position for the T's because Zeus has a big chance of dying right now. They have been for so long not gathering info on A. That could be someone here already, that could be someone here. So Zeus is going to a risky play and is trying to verify if no one tried to get info on T-spawn. So they're doing this. Zeus is now trying to fake B. That's super smart, guys. So what Navi did here, as soon as this guy died here on Enderpress, as soon as he got a kill here, they realized, okay, this guy got so much info. So what the CTs could be doing with that info? Maybe the A guy who was playing A ramp could have pushed it. Maybe the A house guys could have pushed it. So Zeus came back to kill this guy. While Caesar was faking they were hitting B, he was super concerned. Okay, now it's time. This guy is saying it's B, so this guy is gonna keep pushing. So Zeus was waiting for this pick. So this push didn't come because this guy was playing on CT. And then Edward is slowly gathering info here, connector, and trying to get A for them. So the first guy who's gonna hit A is gonna be Edward and Zeus. They're gonna hit A first, and they're gonna fall back for the rotation. Alright, so they kept Caesar waiting, faking B until they rotated A. So you see, that's not a good round. It's a 3-3 again. It's not a good finish because they were so slow and the cities could predict it. My opinion. So now it's a 3-2. They're gonna lose this round. So that's a round they should have not lost, but they did because they were super slow B. If they just crossed the smoke, which has just been used to get time, they would have won this round. Even if the guy on B killed two guys, it would be a 3-3 with bomb planted on B, which is good. They just won a round like this. So being super slow and super careful didn't pay off this time because Flame died to the guy that rushed underpass. Okay. But other thing that is necessary need to be mentioned is that if they push the smoke, there is a small chance that it would be two guys B, and then maybe it wouldn't be so good. But anyway, that's how I think. Oh, actually, he won the round. Never mind, guys. You have Guardian. He saved you. Here we go. 5v2. So what they did this round was a hold with mid control, and then tried for B1 mid, and then got discovered and tried fake B walk A. So that was a very difficult round because so many calls on this round, so many calls. Okay, so next one, guys. Flamey got the first kill, got the guy pushing A house. They know it's an eco. You can see Guardian and Edward fight for control. This is kind of their default way to approach anti-eco rounds. They have Zeus, they have Guardian and Edward fighting for mid control. So that was an anti-eco round. Unequal approach mid. Okay, the same thing they're having been doing for a third round in a row. Alright, so let's pause it. Let's wait. It's a pause. So right now, guys, let's take a look. We didn't see any single execute. No executes right now from Navi. We have seen some loose style, but being more strict. We saw kind of fakes during the rounds. What else we could be expecting is fast strats. No fast strats right now. No fast strats. Mid control later season a lot. Fake some. And so Navi is just using number 1, number 3, which is mid control, and number 5, which is fake. So Navi is not using executes. Navi is not using fast strats on this game. They're just playing slow and easy. So here we go for the next one. So Guardian is getting in. Oh, okay. So before, I already know which strat's gonna be, guys. It's on a split A. And why? Because Guardian is here waiting for a smoke on this position. So these friends can come here. Two of their friends are gonna come up with A, and one is gonna look catwalk. So one guy take care of this, two guys go away. That's what they're gonna do. Alright, so check that. It's gonna be a split A. And Guardian is probably going to fight the CT spawn guy. So check. Pay attention here. Here comes Guardian. He throws a flash because someone could be pushed. His morning sandwich. Ramp guys are coming. Guardian is gonna now try to fight someone. That's very smart from Guardian. Yeah, he was a little sloppy here. He should have gathered more info CT, but he got the first kill that was inspected. So check here now. Edward needs to fight the catwalk. Remember I said you? I told you, the last guy would fight catwalk. That's what Edward needs to be doing. Otherwise he'll die. Almost died. Almost killed. But 3-on-3, split A, success. They have big chance of finishing this round now. Faking his plan. Okay, no one's coming. You got cover, my friend. Zeus is here. Let's another one. So that was a fast strat, guys. So 6 rounds later, 8 rounds actually. I missed some key probably. Where I am. I don't know. Anyway, I think the last one was unequal mid, and then the 8th one was split A fast, right? So that's the first time we saw. Yeah, that's why it's not appearing here. So 7th is gonna be hold unequal with 2 mid, and then 8th is gonna be a fast split A, right? So that's the first time we see Navi using a fast threat. A lot of rounds later, and they changed the pace. That was super smart. They need to change the pace. You need to change it sometimes. Okay, so now Edward doing his mid control alone. Guardian is now on a loose style, picking B instead of mid. He's not helping Edward. Edward's being smart. Edward knows when to put pressure and when not to put pressure. As I told you guys in the class before this demo, you need to understand that you can't keep the same timing every single round, keeping pressure on the same time, otherwise you're gonna be caught. You can't have the 5 players looking for kills at the same time at the beginning of the round. You need to change that, you need to change the pace. And Edward now is holding slowly because he has been putting pressure here in the last rounds. So now he's just waiting for the mistakes. Okay, so kill, that's important. Flamey got a kill with Zeus. They got someone rushing A. Denied information for Twist. That's a good thing for the terrorists, 4v4. So how they gonna react here? Let's see. So Guardian makes some nice B, and they are rotating now. They're gonna make 3 guys A and 1 mid, lurker mid. So what Edward's gonna be doing, he's gonna try to kill the catwalk guys later. Okay, so that's the perfect time to do an execute. They have smoke on Seized, they have smoke on Flamey, and they have smoke on Guardian. Maybe they're gonna set up a full smokes A and enjoy A side. Maybe they're gonna just pick and explode. They could do both. One of them. Yeah, I think they're gonna use smokes, guys. It makes sense to use smokes now. Gonna make the life way easier. So let's see. Here comes the smoke. At least 2 of them. Yeah, 3 of them. That wasn't a good CT smoke, my friends. I am not checking who was because I would punch Nav in the face if I see who throw this smoke CT. Not a good smoke. So Edward is fighting, and there's the problem here, right? So Edward's the lurker, but he's trying to get info first. He could have been caught. Edward could have played this different, but he killed the guy, which is good, so he did his job. But if he was super slow, he would have a better chance to kill this guy with his back or something. So he tried the hardest way. They're coming in now. That's the problem if he executes, guys. You see, the problem if he executes. It's good because some of the other guys can't help, but the guy knows how to react properly. So Palf knows how to react properly against this execute because he has time for it. He sees the nades coming. And that's the problem sometimes. That's why sometimes it's better for you to just pick, you know. If they just pick it, Palf, maybe it would be better. There are pros and cons. If they had more than one guy A, then the smokes are good. But with only one, maybe no smokes would be better for them. But it's all about killing Palf, and that's the problem executing because they can predict what you're doing. So 9th round, it was a slow, no mid control, 4, 3A, 1 mid after trading kills A with execute. They lost the round, guys. Okay, the 9th round they lost. Let's go to next one. All right. So that's a slow round, and now Guardian. He changed it. He tried to do a pick here. It's a very smart pick. He tried to kill someone going to stairs. It's a good pick as an Alper. Okay, the pick didn't work. So now Guardian's coming back. Now he's kill. Okay. So Caesar did a pretty good job holding B and got some kills. So now he's going back because he knows that he did this part already. And I will tell you something. It's very, very common for the CTs to continue pushing aggression after losing one player there. So if I was Caesar, I would say, guys, they're pushing B. I need help here. This is super common, super common. Right, so what's Navi doing right now is they have 3 guys getting mid control after the QB. So they're just playing slow right now. Oh, they missed the smoke window. And now Caesar is dead. And now Zeus is punishing this guy. Yeah, so that's the problem, you see? Super NAVi is difficult, man. It's difficult to punish NAVi because they are super slow. You can't get those things and leave away with that. So they lost the guy B, but they won one guy that rotated A. So the call now would be as soon as possible, split A. All right, split A, and you're gonna see again two guys coming here, one guy taking care of Catwalk. They're probably gonna leave Guardian take care of Catwalk. I think. Let's see. All right, so they didn't decide to go split, which they could, but they decided to stay. And Guardian got a QA, so they decided to go slow, and Guardian got another kill. And now they're going B out together. So that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. So what they did, guys, they did a fake here. Zeus killed the guy, kept running, kept going forward. So the guy would say, he's going A, he's going A. He was T, he was T spawn, or he's going A. And then he just waited. He just waited for mistakes, and Guardian punished the mistake here. And now they're going B together. So this round, it was mid control with 4B later. That's what they did, punishing some aggressions. Next round, gonna be anti-equal again. That's the same round they're doing. They're just waiting for the mistakes. Guardian is punishing mid again. So you can see Guardian is always helping Edward to punish those mid aggressions against him. That's what they like to do. Flashbangs to help him. Edward, they see more people. Guardian comes, help killing. And it's fine, because as you can see, there is so much pressure on mid that the A guys knows there's only one here, so they're looking for this trade. Here they come. Trade is done. We have A. So as you can see, there's a loser style, guys. Those guys playing A house are smart enough to understand that too many people die in mid, which means there's only one A. So let's keep coming, Zeus, come, let's trade. And then they trade kill. They have A. Right? And Caesar on the other end means, oh, so much pressure on mid, man. I'm gonna start going B. And then now Caesar has B as well. So that's just lose style on this round. So this is hold with lose style. Let's go to next one. Maybe an execute now? Yeah, that looks like an execute. Pretty simple one, but yeah. So that's a fast push B with some smokes, guys. Alright, so that was a rush B. That was like an explosion B, I would say, guys. Explosion B. That's a very good round. NAVi again changing the pace. So now mid control, the first time we see Caesar coming help mid, which means it's kind of the same split A. Yeah, it's the same split A, boys. Same split A. Yeah, split A happening. They're coming. As you can see, this guy go very slow because he knows that he doesn't need to be the one putting pressure. Guardian now is covering, looking for someone. That's the same A split they did last time. The fast strat. I think last time Guardian won the round, right? I'm not sure. Oh, it's FalleN against you. He got killed. Alright, so now they're playing slow. Caesar got out for himself from B. He's trying to punish people. Edward changed a little what he was doing, and now he came back to mid control with Guardian. Guardian doing his own plays here. Actually, Guardian did a smoke here for himself to go over the trash and kill people window. That was pretty smart. Okay, now let's see the season after Zeus been killed on A house. So it's a lose style again. FalleN was lucky to live alone, to live alive. Edward's trying to do something mid. That's a very, very loose style. This round, guys, has no strat. They're just trying to do some stuff. And what's happening is FalleN has A for himself right now. But boost. And now he's just trying to get time. Wait. He can wait for his teammates. but this is not going to be a good round for them. So let's take a look now on numbers and what happened in this game. So this was 15 round lose style. So 14 was I don't remember what happened on round 14. Ah, split A, split A. No, I don't remember what happened on round 14. Jesus. Anyway, let's take a look here. This was a lose round, lose style. So first pistol, guys, pistol. Okay, pistol, they did kind of a mid control with split A. Second round, they did fake mid control, just Edward there getting some pressure. Explosion A, just picking, no nades. They lost this round. Okay, that's one of the round they lost. Eco round, they tried to go underpass and surprise them, but they had too many people mid, so it didn't work. They lost. Yeah, of course, it's an eco. It's supposed to don't work. So fourth round, they have a default slow, finishing with 3 guys B and 1 guy mid. They won this round. Then we went to hold again, so hold it one more time, doing a fake mid smoke and hitting B. Alright, they smoked fake mid and hit B. This was an eco if I'm not wrong. That's how they approached this eco. And then on 6th round, they played with mid control. They went for mid control again. Alright, so 7th round, they went for a hold against Guardian and Edward, getting mid control, waiting for mistakes, and then do something. 8th round, they went for a fast split A with Guardian going A ramp. I think it was Flamey going A house or Zeus, am I wrong? I think it's Zeus. So later, they did a slow, no mid control, and then they finished with 3 guys going A, 1 guy going mid after some kills happened. So what you can see, Navi is a team that used 2 times a fast execution, which was the split A. So 2 times, okay? The split A, they did it 2 times. They did a lot of mid control, slow, but they had a lot of mid control with Zeus and Guardian, mainly over this region. They were just waiting here, and they have so many rounds when they had to decide something based on what they're seeing, based on their aggressions, right? And Guardian had a main role helping Edward mid with LP. Okay, so as you saw, they only try execution 1 time and was during the round as a call when they had 3 guys here smoking these positions, and they actually lost this round because it was too predictable for the guy who was on below balcony here on sandbox to kill the guys on Tetris. So as you can see, there is some advantage on not throwing too many smokes from too far away because they can predict you. But for other hand, the round could be entirely different and the cities could have been a little more difficult to have 2 or 3 guys A for some reason, then the execution helps you. Alright, so Navi won this round on decisions during round, winning battles during the round. And then the in-game leader being smart and calling the action, calling how to finish rounds properly during rounds. I hope you guys liked it and understand a little more about how things work and appreciate how they change pace and kind of things. If you like the video, please make sure to share with your friends and hit like here. And I hope you like it and learn a lot of stuff. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.